For today's insight, I wanted to speak to what changes we're seeing in the auto parts industry. So starting with the category of auto parts, we can immediately identify who are the top retailers and what are changes that are happening to the overall category in traffic. What we see is that traffic to the auto parts retailers has increased about 6% in Q2 year over year, potentially signaling a rebounding of the category after COVID. What we also see is that the largest increase in traffic happened in June. This is a 14% increase year over year, and again is signaling that more people are looking for this category. If we look over to who are the major sites that are capturing this traffic, what we see is that there's AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, Rock Auto, O'Reilly Auto, but none of them have really changed their traffic share by more than about 1.5% plus or minus, right? And this really speaks to the strength that some of these players have in the industry. If we then look at what traffic channels are driving traffic to the category, we see that across the board for all auto parts sites, it's largely driven by either direct or organic search traffic. And when we look at what that volume looks like over time, it's again largely flat with an uptick in the last couple months. And what this shows us, especially the direct traffic piece, is that brand recognition is very important. But what's also interesting to note is because there is also a reliance on organic search, some of that is brand, and having that branded presence is important, but there's also a big opportunity there for disruptors in the space. Switching over to what consumers are searching for, we're able to create a keyword group of all top non-branded auto keywords. And what we see in terms of who's capturing traffic through paid, we could look at organic, but we're looking at paid right now. We see that in the top 10, there are a couple players that weren't in our overall top 10 for auto parts, right? This means that they're making a play to capture traffic from the major players. And who really stuck out to us was Michelin Tires and Walmart, two sites where you may not necessarily think of them for auto parts immediately. And this really shows how they're using a strategy to gear around auto part terms in order to capture traffic from those major players. So if you're an auto parts retailer in this space, it's very important to be cognizant of changes that are happening in the marketplace and understand where you need to invest to either beat out some of these new competitors or do well in your standard competitive set.